So, fire's going. Whoa, sun is just getting ready to set. Pretty much sorted. Just got to finish off that little line up there, and that's it, done. The actual hammock was up in about 2 minutes, but the rest of it is just pissing about basically. And yeah, fire's going. Eventually, the thing is, all this is wet, soaking. I mean, it's not raining now, but the past few weeks it's been fucking hammering it down, so everything's sodden. Plus, I'm in a ditch. Well, just above a ditch. So it's basically a drainage ditch from the hill. So yeah, that is, and the bottom of it is the extra spicy tube thing. You then got your sachet, which has your soup type stuff in it, bits of mushroom and things. Then you get your sachet, which is pretty much just curry powder, really spicy curry powder. And of course the noodles. And water shouldn't take too long to boil up. Yeah, it's already getting hot. You don't have to boil it for food and drink if the water's come from a good place. For example, I use the word good place sparingly. It's been filtered, put it that way. It comes out the tap in the kitchen and I put it through a filter before I drink it or use it or anything. Rocks on the top here are to stop the wind, the heat from escaping. So the heat is going straight up into the kettle, rather than just having it looking pretty and going everywhere. Bit of wood. So yeah, nice little fire. Yes, instead of tying it to a branch, put it on there for a change. But the issue I had was, I got 2 power cords up. One I used to put the tarp over, and the other one I used to hang up my stuff, basically. I tried having it the wrong way around for a change. I had the one that holds my stuff on top, just for a change, because it's not going to rain, but that just means it makes it fucking awkward. So having the hanging power cord underneath the tarp, it means that I can access it from inside, because that is going to be over it. Get over there. Like that. So basically that's going to be the inside, like that. And I'm going to have my, thingy, the oven ready thing, as an internal layer. Give me extra wind protection. Yeah, you get nice wind protection. If I was too cold, I'd drop down the sides. I did it before, and I tie it underneath, so it's completely wrapped around me. And it works, it's brilliant, until you want to go for a piss. And then it means you end up basically, you're basically pissing on the tarp, which I don't like doing. So yeah, that is kind of finished. And you pull this up a bit higher, so it's closer to the tree. I don't like blocking out my complete vision. I like to be able to see around me a little bit. The point being in nature is that you're in nature, you get to see it. And it's a really good location. I mean, now and again, I mean, I don't like the look of these combats because they're army print. This is actually Vietnam army print. Most people probably wouldn't recognise it, but I do. Which is irritating. From a distance, it looks like paint stains. But anyway, it was 15 quid and water resistant. Anyway, there's kind of a little trail up there that goes along the tree line. Very rare you see people up there. The only time you really see people up here is further down there. The little really steep track bit, and that's just where they dug it out for mountain bikes. So yeah, it's getting a bit nippy. But I'm a brave biker man. Kind of. See, you don't feel the cold as much when you're walking around and your body's dry, because all the sweat that was on the outside is now gone, evaporated. I've got plenty of layers I could put on, but it's a case of when you're in the hammock and you're not moving, that's when you start to feel the cold. Now, having a little wiggle inside warms you up, which kind of sounds a bit weird. Anyway, so yeah, happy fire. Yep, that is steaming away. Sorry, that's not hot enough for food. Do not fall over, do not fall over. I'm not going to fill it. I've got enough water to fill it, but I just want to put enough in there. How hot is that? It's not boiling hot. I want it hotter than that. So that's enough to get it soaking. And then pop the lid on. Don't squish the lid because the whole thing will collapse. It's a collapsible bowl for crying out loud. It is a really handy thing to have. So I keep the heat in and it'll soften it up whilst that's boiling. Happy fire. I'm not sure exactly how much that bowl was. It was a couple of quid. I think it was less than £5 for a set of 3. And that's really good value. That's, yeah. Oh, also, roast lamb in there as well from last night's roast. You know, it's very fatty, but that's good when you're camping. You'd better if I had more teeth, but I've got the wood on top because that's still wet from weeks ago, so that can dry out on top for the breakfast. Nom 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 nom. That is really, really spicy. But it's like, it tastes more like actual quality spices as opposed to the artificial crap you get in the supermarket. Because that is basically curry powder in that sachet, not the artificial stuff they get. I like the stuff you get in the supermarket, but it's so bland and plastic tasting compared to this. I had the radio on, but I couldn't be asked with it. It's too much crap. All the songs are about... You don't realise it when you're in that brainwashing arena, when you're used to it, and you're constantly bombarded with it. When you step back and then listen to it, all the songs are about getting children to disobey your parents and go and have sex and do drugs. That's... and fuck black people. That's basically the premise of all these songs. I mean, for one song, yeah, I like this song. And then I thought, hang about, let's think about the words. No, don't think about the words. It was Country House by Blur. Love that song. But it's about a white man so fucked up that he's a drug addict. Little story. And that song came out when I first went on the run in Ireland. And the lead singer of Blur actually bought a house 2 or 3 miles away from where I was living. It's called the Honey House. The Honey House or the Bee House. I don't think he ever went to it, which was a tax dodge. But he paid like £250,000 for this house that was on the market for 3,000. But funny, the yellowy tide mark you get on the bowl, that's when you know it's real curry. I was tempted to look for mushrooms earlier. Honestly, I couldn't be asked. I've heard to find them in a place whereby you minimise the risk of animals pissing on them. I'd be interested. If they're on the ground, hell no. If I was desperate, yes, but otherwise. Okay, my lips are actually tingling from this. It's a good burn. I thought you had a hard shag. It's a good pain. Hard shags. I finished pitching. Ha ha! I was chatting with a woman on the way up. She's on the way down. And I think she was in her 60s-ish. Sorry if you're not. Aren't you welcome if you're over? But I was just saying about this asbestos stuff and Johnson & Johnson. Yeah, she just... Yeah, I know. But the thing is, it's so out in the open, and everyone you speak to in the physical world says, yeah, Jewish people are fucking evil. They're being exterminated. That's everyone. And yeah, according to the media, especially social media, all under control by Jews, It's the complete opposite. Yeah. That's what you call racial memory. People will remember just how vile and evil these people are. And all the happy little slaves like Farage and... Because everyone knows they're all the same. They're all owned by Jews. They're either fucking them, they are them, or they're just happy to take the money to exterminate everyone else. Of course the smoke comes toward me. I don't mind me stinking of smoke. It's when the jacket smells of smoke that's the problem, because people wouldn't understand it if you're wearing it on a bus. They instantly think druggy or something because you smell of wood smoke. Yeah, I definitely do not need a drink when holy crap, I'm having this. It's basically, that kettle, I think it's 800 ml. So you're talking 750 ml that goes into it. Which means I'm getting 3/4 of a litre of a drink. A very spicy drink. I want to sit down. Oh no, the wrist is coming. Yeah, the wrist got smashed up as well. I also crashed 5 years back. So holding things is really good. I just want to scatter it a little bit so that it's not going to rough up in an hour. So, the sun's down. Shit. You know the food's spicy when your nose is running. Oh shit. It's I kind of filled up on food before I left the house because I put in a few potatoes, and I basically did some roast potatoes in the oven before I left. Oh shit. And I fried them in the oven in the lamb fat, so they were really nice. Okay, this is too spicy. I need a drink. Water. See, I can't drink the water I've got because that's for coffee in the morning. I do not want to run out of water for. Okay, squash. Getting there. It is a strange thing. I get very dehydrated in the woods, and it's not from exertion. I don't wank that much. Okay, I do, but that's not the reason. Like, comment, subscribe. Anyway, how much do you not wank? Because I'm mid-50s, and I've slowed down a lot, so it's not more than a couple of times a day. But I just wonder if... Okay, 3 times today so far. That was just like this morning, I was just really bored and I couldn't be asking out of bed. But I talked to some people and they were saying that, you know, yeah, they're slowing down, it's only once a month having a wank. And I'm thinking, once a month? My bollocks would be around my fucking ankles if I had to wait a month. Even in prison, I didn't wait that long. I mean, I couldn't with somebody in the room. You know, they have toilets. That's why you got porn stuck on the wall in the toilets over the sink. Don't wash your face in the sink. It is really cold, but this vicinity to the fire, you get a nice glow. And also, all the rocks here are warming up around it. Not hot, but they're warming up. And that retains the heat for quite a while. The only issue with this, I don't know if it was the volume being put on top of the fire, it'd stay hot. I mean, it's keeping the heat in, because the base is solid, well, pretty solid. It's meant to be heat resistant. I don't know how heat resistant. Don't really want to go and chuck on the fire. I'm going to eat a little lammy. You're full of Welsh spunk. Drinking this is a fucking trial and a half. And my throat is burning, my mouth is burning. It's a happy burn, but it is still burning. Aspect of the prepper type stuff. When you're buying things like food, it's cold there. Yeah, I'm here. When you're buying things like food, like meat. I don't buy meat. Okay, sometimes, but it's very rare I buy meat just for meat. And that's a bit of lamb. That later. And like I got this piece of lamb, not because I wanted lamb per se, but because I can use the lamb fat that comes out of it to cook potatoes for the next week, at least the next week. Use it to fry eggs, use it to fry bread. So I'm using that aspect of it. It's got a bone in it, and that bone, smack it with a hammer a few times, put it in a pot, have stew, and that'll give it a lot of flavour. So the meat is a bonus to the actual food. It's the same with other things like, not so much pork, but beef, chicken. Chicken is one of the most efficient things you can get. Get a chicken, do a roast, strip all the, excuse me, like the breast meat off it, and the legs, all that decent white meat. You have that for sandwiches. All the rest of it goes in a pot for your stew. When it boils up, all that grease will just be absorbed, and it's good meat. But after you've got to boil it first. The carcass, smack it down, so you break the bones up a little bit, put it in the pot, boil it for half an hour, put it through a strainer, ta-da! Chicken stock. Basically, for a roast dinner, that's your main meal, but then you've got stew for the rest of the week. Just, if you add a single fresh veg every day, like a carrot and an onion, or a parsnip, or just one vegetable to the stew every day, that makes the entire thing taste fresh. Yes, I have experience with these things. I was on the run for nearly 20 fucking years. You have to learn. I don't know if I can finish it. Shit. It's rare that I waste food. Nice bit of lamb fat. Oh, I do research. Officially and unofficially. Can't fuck it. I hate wasting stuff, but got no choice. There's no way I drink now. My mouth is burning as it is. And I'm not using a sock to wipe my face, not because it's dirty, but because it's a white sock. And it's going to end up orange if I do that. Yeah, the research was quite funny because about food, like kosher food. Jewish people think kosher means does not contain asbestos. Ha 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 ha! Oy vey, everyone else is going to die, but we're not. Except the Irish found out 50 years ago that the Jews were lying to them, because the Jews told them, you produce all this stuff in Ireland, sell it to Britain, and we'll tell you exactly what foods don't contain asbestos, what products don't, and you'll be safe. But they found out 50 years ago that they've been lied to. So ever since, the Jews have been poisoning everybody with asbestos. The Irish have been poisoning the Jews. Muslims have been poisoning the Irish. And it's just, everybody wants to kill everyone else. Nobody wants to just come up and fuck a tree. Hug a tree. I'm not against bridges, not again. Yeah, I like that as well. Less chance of making a mess. Yeah, I do like these things. Because it's not technically plastic. It's a silica base. Silica is stone. Oh no, I think this one. Yeah. Ooh, that's better. Yeah. Yeah, silica is more of a rock-based thing. I'm not sure. I think it is. Yeah, this one. But yeah, it's plastic. Because all plastic is toxic. Alright, fire's nearly out. Yeah, what the fuck is that? Mushrooms, fucking hell. Slimy, slimy fucking mushrooms. I hate these ones. because they're so sodden, it feels like a slug. Yeah, really, really not nice. I think I'm going for a walk, just for a bit of fucking variety before I get too dark. That does need putting something on. The thing is, the sun went down half an hour ago. There's still a fair bit of light. Whoa, that is enough bit of warmth coming out all of a sudden. It's just all of a sudden, it's like, caw! Some bird with big tits is giving me a cuddle. That is how I can express the feeling when you're a little bit nippy. I'm not cocoa. You're a bit nippy. All of a sudden, it gets warm glow up against your back. Right. I need to tie down this to a couple of rocks. And after that is sorted. Sleeping bag I can deal with in a bit. Yeah. Give me a bag for dirty stuff. The only dirty stuff I'm going to have exposed is the fork and kettle. So if I keep that cereal box, I can put it in there. Right, okay.